Hey there, Cecelia here, and today I want to talk to you about experiences and how life experiences can actually move the needle forward in your business. It's important that you have experiences that are relevant to not only your personal development, but your professional development as well. And today I am coming to you from beautiful Santo Domingo. By the time you watch this video, of course, I'll be at home, but I'm here because I said yes to an experience. So for those who don't know me, I lost my four favorite people in the whole wide world within 15 months pre-COVID, and I kind of dug a hole and pulled the dirt in over myself and waited to die. It took me almost 6 years before I was even able to cook a Thanksgiving dinner for myself. And then it took 7 years before I was able to travel again. And my first trip that I took post loss COVID was to Bali, Indonesia. A good friend of mine invited me to celebrate her birthday, which is November 12th, and mine was November 3rd. And he asked me if I wanted to go to Bali, and I said, yes, I do. I said yes to the experience. In my journeys in 2025, I met an amazing woman named Lisa Charles, who was one of the first people to adopt my speaker event finder software. And we've stayed in touch, and she purchased my software back in June. And right around the time I was leaving for Bali, she asked me if I wanted to go on her women's retreat. I was like, let me get back from Bali, see how my money's looking, and then I'll make a decision. And I said, yes, Coach Lisa, I will go on your women's retreat with you into Santo Domingo. And that's where I am now, staying at the Villa Serena. It's a beautiful hotel. It kind of gives me a plantation vibe from the view from the ocean, but it's still a gorgeous resort hotel. It's got amazing service. The people here are wonderful. And guess what? We've got the entire facility to ourselves, which is so nice. I've never had this type of experience before. But it was because I said, yes, Coach Lisa, I will go with you. But before I said yes to her, she said yes to me when she purchased my software when it was still in demo mode and it wasn't even a real thing. And so I'm so thankful and grateful that God has put people in my life to allow me to have these experiences. The person that I went to Bali with, I met her through the NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center, another experience. So before I get into some of the details about this particular experience here in Santo Domingo at Villa Serena, for those who don't know me, I am Cecelia Faye Morris, also known as the Digital Marketing Maven, and I teach business owners how to use automation, AI, and Facebook to make money online. So and wherever you're watching me, give me some likes, some love, drop a comment, share this video with someone you know who can benefit from its content. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe and click that bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. All right, well, here in Santo Domingo, I'm here with Coach Lisa and 15 other amazing women who are all doing amazing, phenomenal things in the business space. So being here has not only rejuvenated and revived my spirits. You can tell it's super hot, I'm sweating, but it's all good. I'm losing water weight, right? It has been an amazing experience being here in this paradise location. We're right on the ocean. We went to 3 other beaches yesterday. We had lunch on a different island. This has been phenomenal, truly phenomenal. But let's talk about the conversations I'm having and the relationships that I'm building. This is why it's so important, especially as entrepreneurs and particularly as women entrepreneurs, to get in the room with other people who are doing something on the entrepreneurial path who can help you on your entrepreneurial journey, whether it's to give you some advice, whether it's to listen to you, or you never know, you might find someone who's actually interested in what it is that you do, which has organically happened for me while on this amazing women's retreat getaway vacation in Santo Domingo. So Lisa's been doing this. I believe this is year 5 or 6. I'm not quite sure, but nonetheless, at least 5, right? So this is her 5th year doing this, bringing women together to have experiences. We've done morning meditation, Pilates, yoga, walking. As I mentioned, we took a boat to 3 different beaches yesterday, 3 different islands yesterday. On the 3rd island, we actually had lunch, and just the conversations have been so eye-opening. So let's talk about the conversation. One of the beautiful ladies that I met, her name is Pia, and she's been in marketing for 19 years, and now she owns her own marketing agency. And granted, these are not conversations where we're all wearing our pedigree on our chest like, this is what I do. No, we're just having conversations about how life's treating you, What are you doing? And the thing about Pia is through our organic conversation and her telling me she's a marketer and me being the digital marketing maven, I asked her about Facebook and Instagram ads, and I was able to bounce some ideas off of her. More importantly, she was able to school me on some information regarding Google and YouTube ads. Sharing that information has definitely opened my horizons to what's possible, not only as I continue to use Facebook and Instagram ads because they are my jam, but as I dip my big toe into the YouTube and LinkedIn pond as well. I've ran ads for YouTube and LinkedIn in the past. YouTube, and not so much because it just takes too long to understand how your ad is doing unless you got a killer idea and it's just coming out the gate like racehorse. Or LinkedIn. LinkedIn is good. It's a little more cost per lead, CPL, but the quality of lead is a lot higher because it's more intentional than what you'll find mostly on Facebook and Instagram. With Facebook and Instagram like ads, you get higher volume, sometimes lower quality. LinkedIn ads, you get lower volume, but definitely higher quality. Again, it all depends on what your pocketbook is looking like, what your wallet can stand in terms of where you spend your advertising dollars. I've done both, and right now, for the time being, I am consistently with Facebook and Instagram. They are the ones who brought me to the dance, and that's the one I'm dancing with. But it was great having that conversation. And then there is Dr. Kimberly. Love, love, love talking to her. Not only is she a real family practice physician along with her husband, but she also does hydroponics and she grows her own produce. She showed me pictures of cabbages that were literally like two hands. I'm thinking these little grapefruit cabbages that I'm getting from Kroger. I'm like, girl, how can I get you to send me some cabbages from Florida to Ohio? But in talking with her, we also talked about health and stuff because I'm going through some health challenges right now because I'm still on this journey to lose weight. I went from 330 down to 260 and I'm working to get towards 180. I was able to share some of my numbers with her from my latest physical and get her real opinion. And you might be like, well, if your doctor did your physical, you have the results from your doctor. But she's a Black woman and she's a physician. So she has acute knowledge of Black women in the medical industry. Being able to share my information with her organically, it wasn't like, girl, let me tell you. It was more like having a conversation about my weight loss journey and so forth. And it just fit into the conversation. And she was able to look at the numbers from my last physical and say, hey, you're on the right track. It just gave me an extra vote of confidence from my Caucasian physician. No offense to her, love her very much. Dr. Malarkey is great, but nonetheless, doesn't hurt to get a second opinion. And then there's Dr. Lois, who is also phenomenal and amazing. She taught me that you should be able to walk up 20 steps while holding your breath. When I got here, I was going to do 4, but now I can walk up 17 steps while holding my breath. Why is this important? Well, because at my last physical, my doctor recommended that I see a sleep apnea specialist who also happened to be a pulmonologist who realized that my moving oxygen was low. So I bought an oximeter, one of the little things you put on your finger, and I test my oxygen myself. And what I found is sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when I'm moving, my oxygen dips as low as 87. Once I stand still or sit down, it goes up fairly quickly, but still an 87% oxygen dip while moving is not good. But talking to Dr. Lois, one of the things she said is just get more active, do more walking. It doesn't have to be, I'm not running a marathon or anything like that anytime soon, but she did mention just get more active. And one of the things that I will do more of is get on my Cadillac treadmill once I get back home in the States from this amazing paradise. Speaking of walking, let me tell you, we've done some hella walking since I've been in this beautiful location because I have done more steps. Even my little heart monitor, my iPhone is like, yeah, you're doing a lot. And I'm like, yeah, I sure am. But just being around these ladies is amazing. Let's talk about these ladies. So I mentioned 3 of them. I've got a few more I want to get into, but the age range of the ladies here is anywhere from early to mid 30s all the way up to late to mid 70s, maybe early 80s. So it's a broad cross section of ladies that are here, and it's been truly wonderful. One of the more seasoned ladies who is just a doll and a dream, and I love her to death, is Rose. Rose has retired, but she's traveling the world. She was in the charity nonprofit sector and was responsible for organizing and planning events. And so hearing from her in terms of how to work the crowd, how to work the room, those are things that I need to get more into because when I go to networking events, it's not like I'm a wallflower, but I'm also not very social butterfly-ish as well. So I was able to get some tips from Rose on how to pull the social butterfly out of me. And then there's Heather. Heather is in the health and wellness space, and she and I were talking. And through the course of our conversation, she had mentioned that she asked how I met Lisa, or who I knew here, who brought me here. And I told her it was Lisa. And she asked how we met. And I mentioned my software, the Speaker Event Finder. And she was like, tell me more about that. Once again, organic conversations. Nobody's wearing their pedigree on their chest for this amazing experience here at Villa Serena in the Dominican Republic. So I told her about what I do, and she was like, yeah, send me the demo. Totally organic. Might be a new friend, might be a new client, might be a new user of my software. Either way, great experience. And then let's see, there is Stephanie. They call her Neff. Stephanie is in the nutrition space. Well, as I've gone from 330 to 260, looking to get to 180, I'm actually meeting with the nutritionist next month. And Stephanie offered to look over the information that my nutritionist gives me to tell me if she thinks this is a good fit for my age, my metabolism, my body type, etc. So again, these are connections that I would not have made had I said no instead of yes to Coach Lisa. So those just a few of the amazing ladies that I met on this phenomenal vacation. But one of the things that I really love that's motivating me is how active and mobile the ladies are who are older than me. Talk about wanting to be like somebody when I grow up. Just seeing them, and they're so vibrant. Everybody here, there is just so much love in the room. This is a judgment-free zone. Oh, I forgot to mention Lori. Lori is a therapist and a school counselor, high school counselor. But in her therapy, one of the things she helps people do is deal with, as I mentioned at the top of this video, I lost my 4 favorite people in the span of 15 months. My godmom, then my best friend, then my dad. And it was hard, right? Because those were the only people checking for me. And that's when I decided, but that's when I came up with the idea to come up with a mobile app, because one of my greatest fears that I was going to die home alone and no one would find me for days, weeks, or months, because my circle had turned into a dot, which will be my TEDx talk whenever that happens, what to do or what happens when your circle becomes a dot. So my circle's a dot. I'm scared of dying home alone and nobody know, and I'm in therapy, and my therapist is like, go out and make friends. Well, when you get to be a certain age, it's hard to make friends because most people's circle is closed off to newcomers, unless, of course, you are at networking events where you make organic connections. So with that being said, let me tell you, this has been an amazing experience. I'm so glad I said yes to Coach Lisa. And if you want to, you can contact or connect with Coach Lisa, I will put her description in this video or the link to her in this video. But more importantly, it's about saying yes to yourself. Yes to new experiences, yes to networking events, yes to making yourself uncomfortable and getting into spaces and places where you wouldn't normally put yourself, so that way you can expand and grow. For me, this expansion and growth has been phenomenal because not only have I been able to talk about my software in a way that wasn't salesy or weird, I've also been able to talk about my mobile software, which is not salesy or weird. The person who inquired about my software actually said that she wants to share it with her network as well. I've already got a network of 2,600 people on the wait list waiting for this thing to be live, and now she's going to help me grow that as well. And talking with one of the other ladies on this trip, she said that was her fear. She lost her partner about 2 years ago, and she was worried about being dead, nobody knowing. Now, every morning she gets up and she spends about an hour sending out text messages. At first, she was just sending out text messages just as a wellness check to her people. But then it got to a point where they like seeing her messages, her memes, her thoughts of the day. But who's got an hour every day to text message all these people individually? That's another conversation that we had on why my software Check on Me is going to be so powerful. Because again, I don't have an hour to text message people every day. But more importantly, one of the things that's missing in her text messages is that no one knows what to do if they don't get her message, except to say, hey, Rose, I missed your message or whatever. What my software, my mobile app will do will actually take it to the next level where your contacts are notified that you missed a check-in so they can check on you. Check on me. There we have it. This is a synopsis on why experiences are beneficial for your personal and your business growth, why you should start saying yes to more and no to less, as long as it's in alignment with what it is you are trying to do with your life and your business. Remember, no is a complete sentence if it is not in alignment, but don't shut the door on experiences or opportunities because you never know what can come from you saying yes to yourself. I hope you found this video useful. If you want more tips on how to broaden your business using digital marketing strategies, you can connect with me through my Facebook group, Prospecting Made Easy, Automated Solutions that work for any business. More importantly, as you go about your day, your week, your month, look for opportunities to have new experiences and make sure that you say yes to yourself more than you say no. And I will make sure in the comments of this video, I will give you the links to my Check on Me mobile app if you want to get on the wait list. I will give you the link to the Speaker Event Finder, which is the software that I met Coach Lisa through that helps speakers find the right stages for their message. And I will give you the link to Coach Lisa if you want to connect with her to learn more about the mind, body, and soul connection as it comes to women in business. Thank you for watching. I am Cecelia Paymore, the Digital Marketing Maven. I teach business owners how to make money online using automation, AI, and Facebook. Wherever you're watching me, please give me some likes, some love, drop a heart, share this with some other woman or man who could benefit from this message. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe and click that bell.